glow at dawn, mystic journeys on the door. Boots still muddy from the trail, we bring the woods inside the floor. Woven baskets by the bench, sage and yarrow in the air. Old hands pass a soft-born truth like firelight we learn to share. Be impeccable with your word, don't take it all to heart. Don't make a spell of what you see, we begin where we are. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys we belong. For agreements, for bright stones, we keep walking, we stay strong. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys sing it on. Grateful hands and open doors, we are many, we are one. Out past the cedar line we kneel where the chanterelles hide. Bitter greens and rosemary, moon white stems in soil and pine. Someone names the healing leaf, someone knows the mushroom sign. Someone tells a grand old tale, and we pass it down in time. Don't assume the wound is yours, don't invent the cloud. Speak with care and listen deep, let the circle be proud. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys we belong. For agreements, for bright stones, we keep walking, we stay strong. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys sing it on. Grateful hands and open doors, we are many, we are one. And if the week has worn us thin, we bring it to the table. Soup and stories, cracked out laughs, the kind that make you able. Ancient wisdom in the stew, in the herb jars, in our names. Every act of gentle care turns the dark into a flame. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys we belong. For agreements, for bright stones, we keep walking, we stay strong. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys sing it on. Grateful hands.
How's it going, guys?
Cheers.
Happy
Welcome to
Friday.
Mystic Journeys. And everyone, today is our 5 Agreement Friday. We're going to be picking up on Chapter 7. And it's also Minecraft Mondays after the show. We'll be hanging out playing Minecraft.
It's Friday.
Um, I'm sorry. My bad.
I'm down. But,
Yeah, exactly. So Minecraft Friday. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. But yeah.
Nice.
Do you have an article or something that you wanted to read?
Oh, well, I don't have to read the article, but maybe it's just a thought-provoking idea. I don't want to read this whole thing, but I was at the dispensary today and I picked up this High Times Local for free. I was like, oh, that's nice. This is number 3, so must have just started it like maybe about 4 or 5 months ago. But there's an article in here called "Some Shamans Call Cannabis a Sacred Medicine. Others say it puts holes in your aura." And I just thought that was a good question to bring up to everybody here. What do you guys think? Do you think cannabis is a sacred medicine, or do you think it puts holes in your aura?
It's funny. I have a video I could probably play on this, but
So one of the reasons
there's a gentleman that
one of the reasons I'm not reading the whole thing is because it cuts off and it says continue reading at hightimes.com. So if you want to read this article, go ahead and go to hightimes.com because I'm not going to read it to you.
Okay.
But good thought-provoking question. Sacred medicine.
What's your answer?
Me? I don't know. I think it depends on the individual and how you use it. If you read
Yeah,
the
man.
article, it talks about using it similar to the way that we use mushrooms, where you need time between your sessions to integrate. And that
Pretty
is
unique way to look at it.
that's what works best.
Unique.
And I have to agree with that. That's not how
I
I
do have to
consume
agree
it.
with that.
It's not how I consume it. So I think I definitely have some improvements in that area.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely agree with that. How's it going,
I
Oreo?
do agree with that. I'm just like you. I use it daily, but I do agree with that. But I only a caveat that I would add to that is that it's if you're battling addiction, right? It's if you're struggling with that. I need to stop smoking. Like that's when you need to make a change. But if you embrace it and you enjoy smoking and it never gets in your way, and every time you do it, it's an enlightening thing and a relaxing thing, a thing for you to let go, then I think it's good. But it's all that inner battle that you're having, and you could tell when you're like, you know what, smoking a little too much. I need to lay back on that. Kind of abusing it. What do you think, Derek?
You could
Oh, go
also
ahead.
use it though to like trade one addiction for another. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
dude.
a lot more things that people are addicted to that are way more harmful. So there's that. Like before the doctor had me on different medicines and stuff, and then they're telling me, "Oh, your liver enzymes are horrible." I'm like, "Well, it's medicine that you're giving me." You know what I mean? So I got off that medicine and traded it for weed. You know, and was using it at the time. But I think it's sacred medicine. Like you guys are saying though, it really depends how you use it. But like these very conservative states want to call it the devil's lettuce. You know what I mean? Like, and ban it, like in Texas right now. But I just read a study and they said that there's more people smoking cannabis than tobacco right now in the United States. So I
Good.
mean,
Right on.
there's a line there too. You know,
Good stuff.
and you don't have to smoke it. You can make butter, put it on a muffin, and that's a lot healthier. You know, um,
Yeah.
limit yourself to 10 muffins a day.
Make lifesavers. Just have it whenever you need it.
Right. Yeah.
Like my grandma did with her diabetes. She used to have a pack of lifesavers. And so whenever she felt a little dizzy, she'd pop one in her mouth. I was like, oh my God, that's so adorable. Because it's lifesavers. It's very appropriate.
Yeah.
But, yeah. The butterscotch ones were the best, though. I remember her having those butterscotch ones. I have to agree with you both. It depends on, like trading one addiction for another. I've seen people in the throes of addiction, and I've never seen anybody act like that with cannabis.
Right.
So
I have seen a few people act like this, and there's some studies that show that there are people that do have a really high dependency for weed. That's not just like a casual addiction, or a casual even usage. There are people that really lean heavy towards needing it every 30 minutes to an hour, or else their appetite's fucked, their attitude's totally fucked. Everything, man. They can't even go a couple hours without it.
I
It's pretty
believe
unique.
I
I've
have
seen it happen with one person before. I can think of in my head, and I've probably known other people
I
that
have a
had.
physical dependency, but my symptoms only show up sometimes. Like if it's been
Mhm.
like a long amount, like a couple days, and I haven't smoked anything, I'll start getting hiccups, and
Okay.
I'll get irritable too. But hiccups is one that's really, really stands
Right.
out to me because it's a physical symptom.
Right.
But it's happens pretty frequently if I don't smoke. But then if I'm out and about doing things with friends, I'm not paying much attention to anything at all. I'm like super focused and just engaged. I don't get the symptoms. It's very
Okay.
different depending on what state of mind I'm in.
Unique.
But yeah, I definitely noticed that I have a physical dependence. I admit that. Something that I would like to change about myself in the near future. I know Derek has kicked the habit. That's I'm kind of inspiring me a little bit there, D.
Huh?
I know you've kicked the habit, right? So you're kind of inspiring me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. In September it'll be a year.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's for someone that already has such a small amount of funds, accessible funds like I do, smoking's not the best thing to be spending my money on. Yeah, definitely not. I could be spending it on other stuff, more beneficial things.
Yeah. But your
But
area, I believe you guys have really cheap weed out there, like California, right? I mean, like half ounce in California for $40, $50, and
yeah,
it's
kind
decent.
of like that.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. Yeah. I'm more into the concentrates, so I purchased 4 grams of wax for $32 out the door, and that's a really good deal. But I'm a deal hunter. I go where the good deals are. There's so many places that they're all competing with each other, so
Right.
it's kind of like to my advantage or disadvantage depending how you're looking at it.
Yeah.
I got good prices, but like, hey, darn it, I got good prices. $15 ounces. Wow, that's. I remember there was a time I was at I think it was the first Rocky Mountain Mush Fest. There was a place between Pueblo and Colorado City that had like $20 ounces of shake. It was shake, but I'm like, hey, $20, you can roll a lot of J's with that.
Yeah. A lot of
Yeah,
J's.
a lot of J's, a
You
lot of
just
blunt.
hate yourself big time.
Hmm. Yep, yep. It's
Let
such
me
a
play a quick clip. This guy has tons of clips. He does like 10 or 15 clips a day. But recently he's been talking about this idea about battling cannabis addiction and just kind of enlightening what I was saying about, if you're resisting or if you're fighting, that's where the problem comes in. And this is sums up a little bit what he was saying right here.
Addiction with another. Look, whatever you do, what about replacing one addiction with another? Look, whatever you do, as long as you are not battling, you're managing. You're going from smoking to vaping. You're going from vaping to edibles. You're going from 10 times a day to 3 times a day. Because you're doing it with your eyes open, okay? It's not about replacing one addiction with another. It's taking back the reins. It's taking back the perceived control. You don't have control, okay? You're still avoiding sitting in the fire long enough to realize that I don't even want to tell you. I want to seduce you. Because that's what happens when you go for sober and high. There's a whole new world that opens up. It does take time because your brain needs to switch from trying to save you all the time from the next tiger, from the next feeling, from the next moment of unknown, from the next fire of unpredictability to being used. How do I create more structures for people to experience my love? How do I create more structures, more art, more business in order for people to have a little bit less suffering? How do I create structures in my life so I don't have to worry about, my expenses and, what would happen if I got into a car accident? Like, I can come up with structures and invitation and for play and spaces wow, how do I do that? Because my brain is not so addicted to survival and victimhood. My brain knows what it's like to be in a spacious place, okay? Do you want more space in your life so you can actually create? Do you? What about replacing one addiction with another?
It's very cool, man. It's a great way to look at life.
good points.
Good points, man. So I agree with what Derek's saying, and it's one of the tools that I use most often. I heard Oliver Tree even talking about this with his addiction. A great tool to get out of addiction is to replace an addiction with an addiction. Because once you realize you have an addictive personality, you need to replace that addiction with something, whether it's work, whether it's exercise, or it's something healthy or a different, less harmful drug. But you still have to have the tools. Like you
Work
still
is a
have to
good one.
be realizing you're not running from something; you're running towards something.
Work,
Yeah,
goals,
100%.
hobbies. But I think work and purpose is like finding your purpose was big.
Psychedelics.
100%. Finding something to fight for, like a goal, and start with. We talk about this so much. Join the community efforts. Something around you can do. You can go volunteer at the homeless shelter. There's food banks you can go volunteer at. Donate to the food banks, to closed shelters, community gardens. Get involved with kids groups. Do something. I mean, be the change you want to see. Get involved with this stuff.
If
There's
you
so many
know a
people
lot
that complain
about
about it.
mycology, there's so many people out there that want to work with you, like schools,
Yeah.
community gardens, so many people that want to work with anybody that just knows a lot about mycology. There's a high demand for people that in the know in mycology right now. It doesn't take a lot. just a couple years of studying.
I want to play just one more clip by this guy. I could go on all day with this dude. He's got some really good stuff. But let me play one more, and then we'll get into the reading here.
Psychedelics, cannabis are like training wheels, but really they're more than training wheels. They're like life jackets, okay? They help you fly. They help you swim. They help you get from one place to another. Now here's the deal. If you get really comfortable swimming with a life jacket, okay, when you have somewhere really far and important to go to, like really, if you want to change your reality altogether, okay, and you know that you have to leave your old reality behind, would you want to swim across the ocean with a life jacket? Would you want to take your bicycle with your training wheels, knowing that when you get there, you won't be able to use the training wheels anymore because you're leaving them behind? And that's what we are avoiding. That's what you're avoiding. You're avoiding the truth that when you get to where you want to go, anyway, you don't want to smoke, you don't want to use psychedelics every day, you don't want to vape. So the real work is putting down the life jacket and practicing swimming. Psychedelics, cannabis are like training wheels. They see one addiction with another.
Because what we want to do is we want to have that life jacket. We want to have that support. We want to have that safety net, but we put it in the wrong things. When we put it in physical things rather than faith and love and friends, family, things like that, hobbies. When we have it in a physical object, it takes away our power from us because when we don't have it, we can't swim without it. And that's whenever you could feel that tug. Like, you know what? If I didn't have this right now, I wouldn't be able to make it through this meeting. I wouldn't even be able to make it the next hour, much less the next 4 or 5 hours. And that's when you're like, okay, I need to learn how to take this jacket off, put my floaties on, swim around for a little bit, and then come back. I can take my floaties off, and you know, it's like riding a bike. You never really forget.
So Sanam just asked a question about
ahead.
mycology. She said, "Can you make a spore print out of toke?" I've never grown toke. Have either of you?
I'm not even familiar with what this is.
It's a Psilocybe cubensis strain. I think it's a spore dropper. I'm pretty sure you can get a spore print out of it. But if you can't, like some strains don't like to drop spores, like Ghost, or they're albino, which means they'll have transparent spores, so you can't see them drop. What you can do is you can get a sterile swab and just gently, very, very gently swab the underside of the gills, and that's how you get yourself some toke's spores. But I would, if you don't think it's going to drop spores, or if you're trying to get it to drop spores and it won't, just use a swab, and it should do the trick. Very, very few mushrooms you can't get spores out of. Only ones that are like the mutations, like the nerds or Enigma or things like that. Here we go. Jedi Mind F and Toke right there.
No, Taj Mahal.
Oh, Taj Mahal and Toke mixed. Yeah. Okay. Nice. I like that you have them in card holders like that. That's nice.
Because of the Tommy Knocker that you made has Ghost in it, I had a little bit of trouble getting spores, but I did a little bit of a combination of I dropped some spores, but I also used a little swirling in the gills of the mushroom.
I have some strong spore prints from when I first grew it. It's just been waiting for F2, for F1 really, because that was F0 because the first spores out of the first cross, and the cross wasn't done by mono. It was done with the Bullard phenomenon. So this is technically F0 that everybody's growing right now. I had some variety that I grew. Like some were tall and some were short. I think you got the short variety. That, Derek?
Tidal wave, but it's pretty cool because you can see it.
Nice, yeah.
It's on the outside.
How's it going, Saber Jolie?
Yeah, I'd show them off if YouTube wasn't going to spank us on the wrist for it.
The spores are totally okay to show off, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, but all I have, they're just swabs, so yeah, it's just a spore swab. Actually, I do have a print right now, but it still has mushrooms on it, so I need to get it all taken care of.
It's when you start showing off fruit that looks like blue cheese that it starts getting suspicious.
Okay.
I think. But I've seen people get blocked and slap on the wrist for just posting oyster mushrooms before. But it just depends on the day. But so far we've been okay, you know. So far.
We'll show some mushrooms off here at the end of the show, and hopefully None of them get flagged, but
and because we mostly talk about I talk about wild mushrooms almost every show. That puts us in this really, really. Let's say we're weighing like how much of our content is psychedelic stuff and how much of our content is just wild mushrooms. I think most of it's wild mushrooms.
yeah, especially with Nerdy Guess That Mushroom, which we're not going to do today because
Yeah.
I have a bunch for us to sift through.
All mushrooms are
Yeah.
medicine.
I'm
Nerdy,
excited to
if
show off some mushrooms.
you have a question, I can do a giveaway.
Oh,
If we have the winner's address, I can get in the mail tomorrow. Otherwise, it's going to be weeks. It's not going to be
oh.
2 weeks.
Let me think about it. I'll have to come up with a good one. I'll try not to make it too hard. But whoever wins is going to get like 3 swabs, or
Mhm.
get to pick.
3. I got Louis Vuitton, ODPE, and garlic knots. That's what I have in my hand right now. So
Okay. Trying to think of a good question that's not too hard. What's in my can right now? There's something in my can right now. I'm not going to shake it or anything like that. I'm not going to show you, but just tell me what's in my can.
I think I'm just going to power through this 10 pages here.
It's green.
Basically 9 pages. The reading today is Practice Makes the Masters. We're going to be reading the 4th agreement. Always do your best. We picking up now from last time where we talked about the symbolism of Santa Claus. We broke it up into a couple sections. So I think we'll power through this one and get straight to chapter 8. What do you guys think? Sound good?
Yeah, go ahead. I went ahead and shook the can just to let people know it's not empty.
Sweet. You guys play guesses in. If you guess along the way, Nerdy, just stop me. And
Yeah. The only clue that I'm giving out right now is it's green.
Cool. Alien. You got an alien in your can. All right. The 4th agreement. Here we go. Practice makes the master. The 4th agreement. Always do your best. Chapter 7, page 83 in the 5 agreements. When you are ready to change your life, when you are ready to change your agreements, the most important thing is awareness. This is what Nerdy's mentioned several times. You cannot change your agreements if you aren't aware of what you like and what you don't like. How can you change anything if you're not even aware of what you want to change? But it's more than just being aware. It's the practice that will make a difference. Because you can be aware, but that doesn't mean your life will change. Change is the result of action. It's the result of practice. Practice makes the master. Everything you have learned, everything you have ever learned, you learn through repetition and practice. You learn to talk, you learn to walk, you even learn to write by repetition. You are a master of speaking your language because you practiced. Well, not a master, but we try. You learn to talk, this is the same way that you learned all of the beliefs that rule your life, by practice. The way you are living your life right now is the result of many years of practice. During your whole life, you practice every moment to become what you believe you are right now. You practice until it became automatic. And when you start practicing something new, when you change what you believe who you are, your whole life is going to change. If you practice being impeccable with your word, if you don't take things personally, if you don't make assumptions, you are going to break thousands of agreements that have kept you trapped in the dream of hell. Very soon, what you agreed to believe will become the choice of your authentic self, and not the choice of the image of yourself that you thought you were. The first agreement, be impeccable with your word, is all you need to create a beautiful life. It will take you all the way to heaven, but you may need support for this agreement. And when you don't take things personally, when you don't make assumptions, you can imagine it's much easier to be impeccable with your word. When you don't make assumptions, it's easier to not take anything personally, and vice versa. By not taking things personally and not making assumptions, you are supporting the first agreement. The first three agreements may seem difficult to do. They may even seem impossible for us to do. Well, believe me, it's not impossible, but I have to agree that it is difficult because we practice exactly the opposite. All our lives, we practice believing the voice in our head, but there's this fourth agreement. There is the fourth agreement, and it's easy. This is the agreement that makes everything possible. Always do your best. You can do your best, and that's it. No more, no less. Just do your best. Do. Take action. How can you do your best if you don't take action? Always do your best is the agreement that everybody can do. Your best is, in fact, the only thing you can do. And it's the best you can do. And the best you can do doesn't mean sometimes you give 80% and other times you give just 20%. You're always going to give 100%. That's always your intention. It's just that your best is always changing. From one moment to the next, you are never the same. You're alive and changing all the time, and your best is also changing from one moment to the next. Your best will depend on whether you are feeling physically tired or refreshed. Your best will depend on how you're feeling emotionally, and your best is going to change over time. And as you form the habit of practicing the four agreements, your best is going to get better. The fourth agreement allows us the first three agreements to become deeply ingrained habits. Repetition and practice will make you the master, but don't expect that you can master these agreements right away. Don't expect that you're always going to be impeccable with your word, or that you're never going to take anything personally, or that you are never going to make assumptions. Your habits are too strong and firmly rooted in your mind. Just do your best. If you fail to keep one of the agreements, make the agreement again. Begin again tomorrow and again the next day. Keep practicing and practicing. Each day will become easier. By doing your best, the habits of misusing your word, taking things personally, and making assumptions will become weaker and less frequent over time. If you keep taking action to change your habits, it's going to happen. Eventually, the moment will come when all four of the agreements become a habit. You don't even try. It's automatic. It's effortless. One day, you discover that you are ruling your life with the four agreements. You can imagine your life when these agreements can you imagine your life whenever these agreements become habit? Instead of struggling with conflict and drama, your whole life becomes very easy. If you're going to create anyway, if you can not avoid dreaming, then why not create a beautiful dream? You have a mind, you perceive light, and you are going to dream. If you make the choice to not create anything, you are going to get bored, and the big judge will resist being bored. And then, of course, it's going to judge you according to what you believe. Oh, you're lazy. You should be doing something with your life. Then why not dream well and really enjoy your dream? If you can believe your limitations, then why not believe in the beauty and the power of the life that's flowing through you? Life gives us everything, and in everything in life can be pleasure. Why not believe in the generosity of life? Why not learn to be generous and kind to yourself? If that makes you happy and you're good to everybody around you, why not? If you're always transforming, if your dream is always changing, even if you don't want it to change, why not master the transformation and create your own personal heaven? The dream of your life is made by thousands of little dreams that are dynamic. Dreams are born, they grow, they die, which means they're always transforming. But usually they're transforming without your awareness. And once you are aware that you're dreaming, you recover your power to change the dream whenever you choose. When you discover that you have power to create a dream of heaven, you want to change your dream and follow the four agreements. And you want to change your dream, and the four agreements are a perfect tool for that. They challenge the tyrant, the judge, and the victim in your head. They challenge all those tiny agreements that make your life difficult. And if you challenge your beliefs just by asking yourself if what you believe is true, you may find out something very interesting. All your life, you tried to be good enough for somebody else, and you left yourself last. You sacrificed your personal freedom to live in according to somebody else's point of view. You try to be good enough for your mother, your father, your teacher, your beloved, your children, your religion, your society. And after trying for so many years, you try to be good enough for even for yourself. And you find out that you're not good enough for yourself. Why not put yourself first? Maybe for the first time in your life. You can relearn how to love yourself by accepting yourself unconditionally. And you can start by projecting unconditional love to the authentic you. Then practicing your authentic self more and more. Then practice loving your authentic self more and more. When you love yourself unconditionally, you are no longer easy prey for outside predator who wants to control your life. You no longer sacrifice yourself for anyone, and if you practice self-love, you will master self-love. Always do your best is the agreement that helps you become the master artist. The first three agreements are in the realm of virtual reality. The fourth agreement is in the realm of physical. It's about taking action and practicing until you become a dream master. By doing your best over and over, eventually you are going to master the art of transformation. The mastery of transformation is the second mastery of the artist, which you can clearly see in the fourth agreement. When you always do your best, you're taking action, you're transforming yourself, you're changing the dream of your life. The goal of the second mastery is to face what you believe and to transform what you believe. The mastery is achieved by changing your agreements and reprogramming your own mind in your own way. The result you want is the freedom to live your own life instead of the life to believe of the belief system. When that book of law is no longer in your mind, the tyrant, the judge, the victim are no longer in your mind either. The transformation has already started and it always begins with you. Do you have the courage to be completely honest with yourself, to see the truth about how you write your story? Do you have the courage to see your superstitions and lies? Do you have the courage to review what you believe you are? Or are there too many wounds to see? Perhaps you're thinking, I don't know, but you're taking the challenge. You're transforming your dream, and it's happening right now because what you're doing is unlearning all of your lies. The four agreements are actually a summary of the mastery of transformation. And the mastery of transformation is the process of unlearning what you have already learned. You learn by making agreements that you unlearn. You learn by making agreements and you unlearn by breaking the agreements. Every time you break an agreement, the power of faith that you invested in that agreement comes back to you because you no longer need to spend your energy to keep that agreement alive. You start by breaking agreements that are small and require less power. As you learn or as you unlearn, you begin to dismantle the structure of your knowledge, and this frees your faith. As you recover your faith, your personal power increases and your will becomes stronger. This gives you power to change another agreement, and then another, and then another. Your personal power keeps growing and growing, and because you're much more powerful, you find that anything is possible. And soon you're making agreements that led you to happiness, to joy, to love. These new agreements come alive and begin to interact with the outside world, and your whole dream changes. When you unlearn, which is what we are doing now, you begin by facing what you believe. How are you going to face what you believe? You only have one tool to do this, and that tool is doubt. Doubt is a symbol, of course, but what it means is very powerful. With the power of doubt, you can challenge every message you deliver and receive. You challenge every belief in your book of law. Then you challenge all the beliefs that rule society until you break the spell of all the lies and superstitions that control our world. As you shall see in part 2, which we'll get into next week, the fifth agreement gives you the power of doubt. And that's the end.
That was a good one.
We'll stop there. And that's page 94. We'll do
And-
part 2.
I can safely say that that is 100% accurate. Once you start actually living it, the more you practice it, the more you just do it automatically. And A lot of people keep asking me, like, how do you do that? Like, it seems like it's a second nature. I'm like, well, it is now because I've been practicing it for so long. It didn't used to be, but it is
Mhm.
now. And it's taken a long time to get to this point. A couple
Yeah, we
years.
talked a little bit about this before the show. It's about being aware and taking accountability for sure. Recognizing your own things in you, who you are, what you have to say, what your thoughts, what your lies are. Taking accountability, not blaming other people or other situations or other things, and that everything that happens to you is an opportunity. We talked about unconditional gratitude. Something that's totally changed my life is looking at things like how interesting. Like no matter what happens to me, I'm like, how interesting. Like, wow, this is like a hurdle to climb, a hill to go around, or sometimes it's a lazy river to ride down, right? Like it depends. Like, but I just look at it like how interesting. Like this is about to be fun. What can I learn from this? How can this make me better? Even tough things, man. Even whenever I'm feeling like I would rather not be dealing with this, in the back of my head, I'm like, this is something good for me right now.
I'm growing because of this. It may be
Yeah,
difficult, but I'm
definitely.
growing. Yep.
No matter
I'm
what
getting
happens.
requests for another clue in the chat. So
Sick.
far, it's green. And Mike Barabal is kind of the closest when he said weed because it is made out of plant fibers, specifically 75% cotton, 25% linen. I'm trying to make it easier. I'm trying to really spell it out for you guys now. So it is made out of plant fibers, primarily. Cotton and linen specifically, with other, what do you call it? Trace other trace ingredients, but I wouldn't call it ingredients because it's not edible. A lot of people are guessing candy. It's not edible.
Yeah, this is how we slip into those unpredictable patterns, man, because everything you have learned, you learn through repetition and practice. You learn to talk, you learn to walk, you even learn to write by repetition. And the negative thoughts that we have that feel like they're not part of us, but part of our programming, that's how that happens. We fall into this, like thinking about it. And even though it seems like we're not consciously thinking about, I want to attach this to my personality, it's what we're doing. And we're doing it as like a defense mechanism or whatever. But this relates a lot to the book of Five Rings from Miyamoto Musashi, where it's about practicing consistently. You have to practice this all day, every day to be able to see it. And when you see it, you can see it in everything. Once you learn not taking things personally, once you master it and practice it every day, you can see it in everything that you do. You can see if you did take things personally, if you didn't, or if somebody else is, or if they're not, right? You can see it in everywhere, in every situation, and everything. It's like becoming a mastery of your mind, your emotions. And you have to practice, you have to literally think about it. You can't just be something that you guys just pay attention to for an hour on the show. Even when we do the show multiple times a week and talk about it, you have to take it with you. Think about it in the morning when you wake up and when you go to bed at night.
Yep. Live it, breathe it.
It is the way.
It is the
You must practice intensely. You must, because if not, there are other people out there who are practicing, and they're creating their heaven around you, and you're seeing it, and it becomes toxic because they're like, "Oh, how are they living such a great life? They have everything they want, everything they need," and it becomes toxic to you because you're like, enough pushing you away from the good things, the positivity, instead of just being like, "I want that."
I think we should give it to Sanam. She's close enough. She says dollar bill, $1 in the can. It is cash, so I wasn't being specific, but it's a wad of cash in my can. So yes. But yeah, so money, paper money is not actually made out of paper. It is made out of cotton and linen. 75% cotton and 25% linen. It's one of those cool facts that stuck with me over the years. When I visited one of the mints, I think I visited the DC mint when I was a kid, and I still have not visited the Denver mint. It seems like I don't know. It's always really crowded, and I don't like crowds. But I should go because I'd like to take my daughter sometime. And my brother would love to go. He's obsessed with coins. So one of these days when my brother comes out, I'm gonna go out to the Denver Mint. But yeah, congratulations, Sanam. Derek's going to send you some spores, and I think you were specifically asking about spores a moment ago. So congratulations. I think you need these.
Cool. No mud, no lotus, David says. I like it, buddy.
So did she get all three, Derek, or
Yes.
just okay? Cool.
Yep.
Wazzy's
So I'm
asking.
gonna
Wazzy's
say
asking how much she won.
Louis Vuitton, ODPE, and garlic knots.
So spore swaps.
Or
So,
swap.
Yes, Sanum, when you get these in the mail, don't hesitate to poke and bother me as much as you like. I'm going to help you get this done right, and you're still going to have plenty of spores left over. You can use those spore swabs 5, 6, 20 times. But talk to me about it, and we'll help you. We'll walk you through it.
Very cool. Congratulations.
I should send her the cash.
She won it.
No, that's for other projects coming up. I just happened to store it in my can. I was like, yeah, whatever. I just remembered I had it in my can. But yeah, congratulations, Sam. I'm glad that Sharon got it. That's great.
Hey, buddy, could you do me a favor? If you haven't already, I sent you an invite to my Discord, and just go on to that Discord, and there's a nature channel, and all my mushrooms that I posted are on there. We could just flip through them real fast. It's about 50 pictures, so just flip through them really quick. Maybe not 50, but you know what I'm saying.
What happened to the hotel? Still going.
Yeah, this is just my very first. This is my server from like years ago, before I even made the hotel.
All right, I'm just joining now.
And then I made the hotel, and then they became the original server. But yeah, I don't even use this one.
So
It's the nature channel right there. Yep. I must use it. You can see podcast ideas, or maybe you can't even see it. But yeah, I put my podcast ideas in there. Shit.
Okay, so you want me to share the screen?
Yeah, you can go. You just click through them all, or whatever. See anything good, you can click on it. Show it up. I went foraging yesterday for good 4 or 5 hours, something like that. It was nice. Found a ton of mushrooms, man.
I'm trying to find the right window now. I got a bunch of windows.
That guy never not wear a beanie.
Ah, let me make it fit a little better. There we
Sweet.
go. That's pretty
Cool. It's good.
Okay. See what you got. Oops. Keeps bouncing around. So these look like Paniolus almost, but those gills are too light. Those are interesting. Probably Paniolus of some sort. But I can't tell. All right, so these guys were out in the grass. Is that the case? That one looks more like Meracimus oriates. Uh-oh, hold on. Oh, I couldn't hear you. What was that?
If you scroll over, you can actually see I have a handful of them in my hand.
Okay, this one looks kind of like Meracimus oriates. It looks like you're finding them out in the grass.
Yeah, so here's a handful of them right there. You can play the video too if you want.
Yeah, I think that might be Meracimus. They should be pretty sturdy. Like you can like flick them around and
Yeah.
stuff break.
Yeah. Kind of woody.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. They pulled right out of the ground compared to some of the other ones that are more fragile. Yeah.
I would like to try to figure out how to cultivate these because they are edible mushrooms, and people will
Okay.
grind them up, turn them into
Wow.
flour, and make cookies out of them.
Oh, wow.
Some
Okay.
puffballs.
If you'd like, I'll take some clones of them.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I have a bunch.
Yeah,
in the
tons and
collection.
tons of puffballs. Not very big, but tons of them everywhere. I did find one rather big one about the size of a baseball or so.
So I'm going through the same section.
Yeah, so yeah, it's like sections it off into 10 pictures at a time or so. Some more puffballs.
It's definitely some mycelium there coming out of the ground. I wonder what it is.
Yeah,
though.
some kind of weird fungus. And I actually found some old stuff too. Maybe there's a picture of it. Yeah, so the older stuff is like calloused over.
Mhm.
It's super weird. I'm not sure what this is because look, it doesn't grow into the ground. It's only on top of the soil right there.
It could be just a crust fungus.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm gonna have it sampled. Everything I have here, I'm gonna have it sampled.
I've got some stuff like that.
Okay.
It looks more like similar Miracimus, maybe. It looks a little bit
There was
different.
mushrooms everywhere.
That looks a little bit different.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
They are a little different, man.
You can
That's
see
the thing with
the,
me. I'm not really sure what I have doubles of or what's different. I don't know, man. But anyway.
you can see the striation in the cap, and that's not typical of Miracimus. This one looks more like a Paniolus or something.
It does look that way, doesn't it? I'd be surprised if at least one of the mushrooms I found isn't a magic mushroom in one way or the other. I think you're running through the same ones, yeah. It only does about like 9 or 10 at a time.
You know, that one's really got my attention.
Okay.
That one looks like it's a Mycena, probably.
Something kind of ate it. They did their half of it.
Yeah, that one looks a lot like a Mycena. It's probably growing out of, like near a bank.
Yes, right on the creek bank. A lot of these were. With the rain, I knew that was the place to go because it's already got water there all the time.
Ooh. That is a Cortinarius. I can just tell by looking at it. There's no remnants of the veil or the webbing or curtain, but I can tell that is a Cortinarius for sure.
Okay.
I've seen enough of
Found
them.
a couple of these. You're still going back to them.
This little guy is interesting.
Right next to the creek, next to a log.
Mm-hmm.
Just by itself.
That looks like a Stropharia to me, like a mulchmade, just a really tall one.
Mm-hmm.
But that webbing there next to the cap, that looks very much like a Cortinarius, but this is not a Cortinarius, I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is a Cortinarius. Maybe.
Super umbrella shaped, isn't it? Super soft stem.
What are you? I don't know what you are either.
Trying to get pictures from all angles, and like you said, I also wanted it in the ground too.
That one.
I took a picture of it in the ground, and then
that looks more like a Paniolus. Looks more like
that's the same. That's the same mushroom. You're just looking at it from the side view now.
Right. This looks more like a Paniolus. I think that's what that is. It's probably a Paniolus genus. I don't know what species it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Cinctulus or cyanescence, because it's definitely not the right color gills or spores. Sometimes you can tell what color the spores are just by looking at the gills, but sometimes if it's too young, there's no spores on it yet. So it's just really, really hard. That's why it's so important to get a spore print, so you can get just the pure color of the spores.
Well, I can send it in for DNA sampling. Yeah.
But a lot of people
I get it.
pictures. It really helps.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are fiber caps, I'm pretty sure. So probably Inocebi.
The different grades right there. See some of the ones that are more degraded on the bottom, so that one on top super fresh.
They really look like Inocebi to me.
Has that little nipple on the top, doesn't it?
But one of the key characteristics is you can see the fibrousness, how it looks
Right.
really fibery. They're also
Mhm.
known as fiber caps. But also, I see a lot of them have this distinctive shape, and the gills. When
Yeah.
you see something enough, you start recognizing the similar patterns.
That's what I'm hoping to learn.
Yeah. Those are all probably the same fiber caps.
You'll see that mushroom right there on the next slide.
This one, I think, is an oyster coming up.
Yep. Definitely it is.
Yeah.
I checked it out. I'm fairly certain it is. It's not a white chanterelle because of the fact that it actually has gills underneath
exactly.
it. They're not false gills.
That looks like a oyster to me.
I'm gonna clone it.
If I could smell it, I would be able to tell right away what it is.
Okay, sweet. I didn't, but I'll give you a little second. Yeah,
Colorado
I just about a little one.
They're the same berries you buy in the store, same species.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I munched that little guy down on the trail. I was like, wow, a little strawberry snack, a little raspberry snack.
More puffballs.
Puffballs.
These guys are mottle gills.
There were tons of them.
They're Paniolus.
They were going around cow dung.
Wait, no. These could be Meracimus.
There's tons of cows out here in this area on this trail that I'm on.
A cow area, it's probably Paniolus. It's hard to say. They're kind of dried up.
Horses, cows, all shit.
Yeah. My guess is Paniolus. These look like Paniolus to me. These look like young ones.
Mm-hmm. You can play that video right there. That's from the top. Like I said, it's called "Why Don't You Take a Peek?" Not directly on it, actually, but right next to it. I just took a quick stop to go hike. I was like, I'm gonna hike that hill. I didn't find any mushrooms on the way up. I didn't really figure I would because it's drier up there in that part, but still cool. I had to do it just to mark it off my list. These are some huge crevices. I was down there looking for stones while I was down there. I was like, I wonder if there's any gems in here, and there was not, but still cool. This is the type of place that you would find them.
Right. Granite boulders, that's nice.
Yeah, huge boulders, man. Yeah, man. That's some pictures of it, too.
Yeah.
There it is.
There you go.
It looks way more lime green than that in person.
It's very,
Camera really didn't do it
very pretty lichen.
justice. Yeah, pretty cool, dude.
These guys look like Meracimus to me. The way that they're like half buried.
Mm-hmm.
Those look.
You can see,
like
go back one picture. You can see it was actually growing in the ground right there.
Mm-hmm. These look more like fairy ring. These two over here look different than these ones.
Yeah, they could be, dude.
They were
just picking the same area.
I often find Meracimus halfway buried like that.
Okay.
The underside really looks like it. I'm pretty sure that's Meracimus or 80s. The fairy
edible.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're very tough, durable. You can like flop them around in your hand and they won't break, and they can rehydrate themselves after it rains again. So
that's called Mushroom Mountain right there.
That's cool, right here.
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
It's private property, but it's cool.
This one is a Lechinum scabrum. So this is known as the birch bolete.
Mm-hmm.
Many people get sick eating it. They get upset stomach. Some people eat it and they're just fine. I've never eaten it myself, but some people say it's fine and they like it. I don't trust it.
And this mushroom was growing right beside it.
Interesting.
Interesting shape, isn't it?
Yeah.
Underside.
there's so many mushrooms out in Colorado. It's almost impossible to know them all.
Fucking no, dude.
And there's so
I
many
know,
that are
man.
undiscovered too. Like, what is that? I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks kind
Because
of like
everything I look up, they're like, okay, well, where is it growing? I'm like, in Colorado. Like, yeah, so many mushrooms grow in Colorado. Like, you're great.
So that's going to be
There's a couple more
pores.
pictures of
It'll
that.
have pores under here instead of gills.
Exactly, correct. That's what I was trying to get and show in that picture, but yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see some pores there.
hmm
But the Lechinum scabrum, the scabrum comes from the scabers on the stipe here.
Yeah, those like scales.
Yeah.
Recycling back there, yeah. That's
Pretty much
interesting to you
Very
guys.
pretty mushroom though.
It is super big.
These guy, yeah, this one. I hate to say what I think it is, and be wrong. It's almost like a Mycena, just based off of its colors and stuff, and its
Mhm.
shape and size. Was it by itself?
By itself, dude. Unfortunately, these two were actually together. See, there's one growing out of that rock on the bottom. Yep,
Yeah, and up here.
and then yep at the top right there. Yep. Correct. There's two right there. Actually, you see the one on the left is a little bit more degraded. That was those two, and then that one on top.
These look like mulch maids. These look like Stropharia mushrooms to me.
They were growing off the side of a dirt
Yeah.
road, like
Probably
a washed
purple,
embankment.
probably purple spores.
Okay.
But yeah, that looks like mulch maids to me. That's kind of brittle looking stem right here. That looks brittle.
Yeah, I snapped that little guy. Fortunately, it's all good though.
Yeah. This one kind of got me excited. Did you leave it or did you take it?
I took it. Was that bad?
No.
I took some of it. I left some. I
It's
did
gonna
leave some there.
will keep growing, but this one is a mushroom that I would love to get bigger so that I could harvest it for dyeing purposes. This is the dyer's polypore.
Okay.
So
There
this
was some
is
more around on other logs too. I didn't even touch them, but yeah.
the mushroom dyers, the people that are actually after the mushrooms that you can use for dyes, they love this mushroom.
Could we cultivate it? Since I have it, you know.
It is saprobic. It just grows on dying wood. So very, very possible. I've never heard of anybody trying.
Yeah, we should try it, dude.
This is the lookalike.
Oh,
hold
so
up.
it's not even the same one. I thought it was the same stuff.
Is this the same as this?
Yes, I think so. You're looking at the
So-
bottom side of it. Yeah. So
So this
what I
has
did,
gills.
you look up the next picture.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
man. This threw me off. Okay, so it's not what I thought it was. This is not the dyer's polypore, but
Okay.
it has the same dyer's properties. This is the Gliophyllum separatum. It's known as the conifer mazegill. It also
I've heard this.
It also produces yellow dyes, but I've got a ton of it over here. I'm actually collecting a bunch of it so I can make some dyes and fragrances out of it.
Cool.
The extraction smells kind of like cherry wood, or it's very nice. That's a pretty mushroom. I like that color.
This is the same one.
Yeah, but
Yeah, yeah.
interesting.
It is beautiful. And for example, for the guys for that mushroom, I only have that one mushroom. I can just
Yeah.
I can flip a little piece off the bottom and have that sample sent
Yeah.
into people.
Gliophyllum separatum. You can
Yeah,
see
we can
that
see the
it's
gills on that one really good.
and they're maze-like. You see how they connect and they disconnect and stuff. They're very maze.
Maze. That's what maze-like means with mushrooms. Okay.
Not just straight gills. They're actually connecting and warping.
Okay. This is crazy. Blowing my mind right now, dude.
So that's from the top. It looks the same as the dyer's polypore, but once you flip it over, you can tell. And that's a mushroom I love. Wow, those are pretty decent size.
Yeah, really
You.
big.
What are you guys?
They do look like psilocybe, but those are the ones I took a spore print of, and the spore prints came back chocolate brown, not purple dark. So I'll let you decide. I actually can get the spore prints for you. Hold on, let me grab it. I'll show you.
You said chocolate brown.
Yeah. I'll show
They're
you.
not.
You can tell me what you think.
They're definitely not amanitas because chocolate brown spore print. All amanitas have white spores. These almost look like a Stropharia, but most
I don't know if you can see
Stropherias,
this on my screen.
most Stropherias have a purple spore print. or purple brown? Would you say it has a purple tint to it?
Man, I really wouldn't. I would just say it's just chocolate brown.
See, it's kind of purplish right here. See this? It is just chocolate brown.
Mhm.
You're right.
Yeah. Because I even thought the same thing as you. I'm like, it looks a little purplish, like where the spores have dropped right there. But what I've got in this paper looks like Tootsie Roll brown, like chocolate milk or something, like cocoa. Hot chocolate.
Interesting mushrooms.
Very.
What did iNaturalists think they were?
At first, they thought that was philosophy, and then both the guesses that you gave me came up. So it was kind of giving me an either or scenario based on the
So-
spore print color.
Based off the size, it's definitely not Paniolus. Those are probably
Correct.
some sort of Stropharia species that I'm not very familiar with yet. Because not
Okay.
all Stropharia have purple, but some do have brown.
What do you know about them?
There are some edible species, but not all of them are. Yeah, I'd say it's worth sending in.
Oh,
and trying
well,
to
I
find
ate
out.
these, and I didn't know.
I'd say it's worth sending in and finding out. But
Yeah,
the o-
yeah.
the
Yeah.
overall characteristics makes me think Stropharia.
Mhm.
Just the shape.
Those are some of the best
and-
ones I
and the
found.
gills.
Yeah.
Interesting. They're
Really excited about that.
pink,
oyster, though.
Spores would have been exciting.
Why would that?
There's a psilocybe mushroom with pink spores that grows in Colorado.
You can guarantee if I find one, I'm gonna clone it. Like I said, I may have already found it. Who knows? This is just one day of hunting. Half a day, really. I was only there for like 4 or 5 hours.
These guys
Little
are.
tiny, 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 tiny.
I have these in my book. They grow off of pine needles and leaves.
Are they called
One-
berry mushrooms or something like
There will be
that?
one mushroom growing off of each leaf or one pine needle. I think they have a garlicky taste, and I think they're edible.
Okay.
Don't quote me on this one, but
Right.
I think these ones are related to Gymnopolis or something like that. Either Gymnopolis or Miracimus. One of those. I can't find my book right now. Maybe there.
It was a
look at
really
my-
successful forage.
This one should be in my book.
Hands down, the most successful forage I've ever been on, for sure. Too many mushrooms, dude. I could have stayed out there all day.
Lots of
I
variety.
need some friends, for real. Because there's just too many mushrooms. Everywhere I looked, there was mushrooms. I was getting super overwhelmed. Ran out of bags. Ran out of tissues to wrap them all up. I was like, this is crazy, dude. It's fun. Yeah. Like I said, even if I found nothing cool, I had fun. But I'm most excited about that oyster mushroom. Gotta be real with you.
The oyster, yeah.
I've had them and enjoyed them. So it'd be nice to grow some of my own.
It would be cool, especially something you found in the wild.
Yep.
I'm not finding it in my book right now, but let's see what else you got. Some puffballs.
Tons of them. Everywhere.
Or
There's a lot of them I didn't
Or-
even take pictures of or collect.
those are agaricus. Right here.
Agaricus, really?
These ones are.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 agaricus right here. But what kind? What elevation were you at?
Right now I'm at like 9,000 feet. Something like that, I forget.
This right
Probably
here.
more like 8 where I was.
This color right here tells me enough. It seems like a good mushroom to me. Looks like a good edible.
Wow. It looks beautiful.
It looks like Agaricus bernardii, based off of the pink staining.
Yep, it
Could
says
be-
super red colored
it
gills.
There's a lot of red staining Agaricus that are quite good.
Just showing you like where the mushrooms were in the area.
More puffballs.
Yeah, there's me being a goofball. I put that picture in there just for you.
Nice.
I was like, you're gonna enjoy this.
I think that's the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. It's crackhead. Hilarious.
All right.
Cool.
Wow, that was a lot.
Yeah, man.
Oh, and it was just raining here a little while ago, so I'm kind of excited.
Yep, here
What kind
too.
of mushroom is this, nerdy?
What's that?
What kind of mushroom is this?
Let me see.
Philosophy Cubensis.
Looks like chocolate to me. Looks like chocolate to me.
Oh, it's one of those little cookie things. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see what everybody's saying in the chat. I was kind of
I've never
distracted.
seen the white chocolate ones. It's probably really good.
Yeah, I've never
Yeah,
seen the
white
white chocolate ones.
Cheers.
Let's see. Any questions in chat here? Let's see. Let's.
You have
Sam.
questions about foraging or DNA sequencing or any of that?
Derek, I do have her address. I will get it to you.
Oh, good.
Sam's got says she has pasteurized substrate ready to go. Cool.
You know, Sanam, she says he talks mushrooms all the time, probably dreams in mushrooms too. Last night I was dreaming that I was foraging out in Telluride Mushroom Festival already. And I was just like,
Wow.
and I'm already dreaming about it. I'm like,
Well,
I'm
you went to bed
excited.
looking at those pictures. It was probably like in your head and your heart.
Yeah. I'm probably wrong on most of those mushrooms I just looked at, but we'll see.
So yeah, I'd love to see you up here to be here for the first Mystic Journeys meetup. And if you come up here, we'll knock out some gem hunting and some mushroom hunting right here on the same area. Hopefully this rain keeps up. I think it's supposed to be. It just rained earlier, so.
And if anybody's coming to Telluride Mushroom Festival, I am leading forays, or I am the assistant on Friday. So I'm the safety assistant because I'm assisting Chris Vinci. And on Saturday, I'm leading my own foray and have my own assistant who I've never met before. I'm like, who is this lady? I don't know, but I'm about to find out. But if anybody's going to be there, I'm leading my own foray on Saturday, and I'm also assisting with another one on Friday. So let me know if you're going to be there. I'd love to connect with you guys. I know it's doubtful since a lot of you guys are out of state.
You have the flyer? You have the flyer?
Yeah, I'm about to pull it up right here, right now. I don't want to try to add it on here. Hold on just a second here. Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm not sure how well you guys can see this, but Mystic Journeys first in-person meetup, the Red Feather Lakes Community Park. It's August 22nd at 2 p.m. I'll probably be there like a little before 2, but start getting everybody around and talking about 2 o'clock. And doing hot dogs, and we're going to kind of give an introduction. Obviously, if Nerdy's there, we'll kind of introduce ourselves, let people know who we are, what our community is about, what we stand for. I got pamphlets posted or printed out for who we are, the agreements, and psychedelic guidance on microdosing and safety harm reduction papers, stuff like that. Obviously, there's going to be microdose give outs, so 21 plus, so don't bring kids. It's only 20. If there's any kids, they're going to have to be asked to leave. But or not leave, but go to the other side of the park or whatever, right? They cannot be involved with what we're talking adult topics. But supplements, and I made actually some mushroom fruit leathers and stuff like that too. So, well, treats.
I like
Go
that.
ahead.
The fruit leathers is a fun one. Someone local made them one time, and they did not turn out well. I hope they turn out good.
I mean, they definitely taste like mushrooms, but they're good. They did turn out good. Yeah.
Good.
The raspberries were actually my favorite, but they did strawberry, watermelon, and raspberry. Anyway, I cut you off. What were you gonna say?
I don't know, but Mello's asking me a question. So, what's the identifying things on Liberty caps? There's a lot of you got to check all the boxes. You just got to know what they look like, and the spore color especially. The spore print is the most important thing, like that. Thank you, HB. That's so helpful. If you can take a cap of one of your mushrooms, put it on a piece of paper, white piece of paper, or a piece of aluminum
This is just a paper
foil,
towel,
and
and I
cover
did
it with
aluminum foil as well.
just cover it with a cup upside down. Or before you cover it with the cup, you put a drop of water on top of the cap to help moisturize it. It helps it drop more spores, and just leave it there for like several hours, and then check on it in a little bit, and you'll get some spores to drop. And show me the picture of the spore print, and tell me what color you think it is, because sometimes the pictures are off a little bit. But and take as clear of pictures of the gills, the top of the mushroom, the whole stipe. So when you pick it, you want to get under the ground, like HB did with some of those mushrooms. How you can see there was like half of the mushroom was still underground. That's why it's helpful to have like a shovel or a knife to dig underneath the mushroom and get the whole thing out. It really, really helps. Every single mushroom, it helps to know every little detail. What was it growing out of? What tree was next to it? Is it in a cow pasture? I know that yours were growing in a cow pasture, Mellow. But just need that last thing I think I needed from you was the spore print to help pinpoint it. But even so, even with Paniolus mushrooms, there's a lot of them that have similar colored spores. They can be anywhere from purple to black to brown.
Right.
But I'll do my best, and I will. If I'm not 100% certain, I will tell you. Do not eat. But as soon as you send it in for DNA sequencing, and I'm pretty sure that if you're in Jamaica, you have the same opportunity that we have here in Colorado. You can just send in a small piece of it into Mycota Labs. They will DNA sequence it. They will update your iNaturalist listing with exactly what it is, with the exact DNA barcode of that mushroom, and you'll know exactly what it is. No question in your mind. That's I've actually cloned several mushrooms that I got DNA sequenced because I know what it is. I feel safe enough to actually start cultivating it and maybe provide it to the public. And once I cultivate it myself, it's not a wild mushroom anymore, and it's way less regulated. Which is good for people like me, of course. But yeah.
So we I screwed you up and said Minecraft Monday, but yeah, we were still playing Minecraft over the show today. So yeah, if you guys want to play, then come join us over on Discord.
So Mellow, the mushrooms, the gills are light colored, but as soon as the spores show up, it turns dark because the spores are dark, but the gills are light. So it just depends on the age of the mushroom, especially those ones that we're talking about. But yeah, if it's not dropping anything, if it's white spores, get a black piece of paper instead of white, or foil. Foil will often show you the white spores too. But white, I have both black and white pieces of paper that I can test for my mushrooms when I'm in the field. But I know black paper is a little trickier to get a hold of.
Right. So yeah, that's what I did last time. I used foil and this paper towel.
Foil is usually the best. It's best for storage too. Pretty clean. Yes, Joe D's. That picture you sent me, I have no doubts that is chicken of the woods in that picture. I'm just not sure the exact species, but whether it's one or the other, it's a good chicken of the woods. I trust that one 100%.
Well,
yeah, Joe D's found some massive chicken of the woods.
Okay,
Huge.
sweet.
Yeah.
Good, chop them up, freeze them.
Maybe. And that's something else I thought. That's something else I thought would be cool to try to cultivate, because it's another saprobic mushroom. It just grows on decaying wood.
Yeah, probably super easy the way it grows because it grows so huge. So,
right, Joe. There's two different types of chicken of the woods that I'm aware of. One is super bright orange, and one is it's more faded, more like salmon. But it's just they're very, very similar, and they're both orange. But it looks.
Are there any lookalikes
for chicken of the woods? If there's, just make sure there's pores and not gills. It's not going to be like jack-o'-lantern mushrooms or something like that. But jack-o'-lantern
Nice.
mushrooms are poisonous, and some people do get them confused with that. But not anybody that knows better. If you know if it's got gills on it and if it looks like that, you know it's not the right mushroom.
Cool. Yeah, but you can freeze them. You can cut them up free. You can freeze them whole or whatever, and then take them out and they cook them like that.
Yes. Generally, if you want to freeze your mushrooms, it's better to cook it and then freeze it.
Okay.
Sauce it however you want to sauce it and stuff, and then freeze it. Generally, most people just cook it in some butter and then freeze their mushrooms that way. But yeah, veins, exactly, Joe D's. Yep. Oh, there's a doggo. I love it.
Oh yeah, one thing I should mention. People have been asking about the crystals, which I think is super cool. It's not something that I've thought about getting into selling and making jewelry of it. But what I want to suggest people to do, if you want crystals, what you should do is it's a win-win, give for everybody, right? You should purchase a membership on our website, and everybody who purchases a membership for $50 a month, they'll be getting this stuff, like the crystals or spore samples, things like that, added into their monthly donation. So if you want crystals, that's the best way to get them. That way I don't have to create a whole business selling crystals and things like that.
Right.
And it supports the church. So it helps out tremendously. If you want crystals, that's going to be the best way to get them. Me and Nerdy will be doing a trip to go get some more here in about 3 weeks or so, something like that, whenever. So yeah, if you want some, subscribe to a membership, $50 a month on the website, mysticjourneyschurch.org, or just give to support. We appreciate everybody so much.
Cancel anytime. It's easy.
Yeah. You guys make this thing possible just by being here, but people who give help out a lot. It helps give to people, so it's good. Yeah, August 22nd is going to be our first Missing Journeys in-person meetup. I'm excited about this, guys.
Yeah,
It's going to be outdoor, nature, beautiful, casual. Yeah, get to know everybody in person. Hopefully there will be a few people from here in the community that will show up as well. If anybody's watching, cheers and welcome. And spread the word.
Don't forget to drink your water.
Stay hydrated.
It's freaking hot.
He's saying that like the first thing I was about to say. He's saying like this is the first time we drink water all day.
I've been dehydrated like mad lately. It's crazy.
Me too, dude. Honestly,
just dry.
Colorado's like that. Dry you right out like a freaking piece of jerky.
Yeah, it really is. I just need to keep hydrating.
And yeah, you guys get out, go forage, and we still have Nerdy's slideshow. We'll get to that whenever we have time. He's had a couple things come up, but we want to be able to get you guys inspired to get out and look for these mushrooms. Or even if there's mushrooms, like for example, that I've found that are already documented, maybe they're not documented in my area, right? Or maybe I found a new variant of this mushroom. So find the mushrooms, get them DNA sequenced, and get involved in your community with mycology, or get involved with your community with helping people or giving. Like that's the best way to grow.
Yep,
for sure. No
one's going to start doing it in your area until you start doing it. That's how I figured it out, how to do what I'm doing. I just started doing it. People started showing up. You don't need anybody special. Just show up with your box of little condiment cups full of genetics and stuff, and
definitely
month after month,
start doing it yourself.
Just keep showing up. People notice you. You'll become a pillar in your community.
Watch this.
You are unique. There's a unique way that works for you. Sometimes you have to find it, and sometimes you have to create it if it doesn't exist in your society. So spend a little time finding the way to do something you're excited to do, but find the way that works for you, not the way other people say it has to be done. That's the way that works for them, not necessarily the way that works for you. There might be some similar things that you will do that work for you, that work for them too, but you have to really design the way that works for you. And when you're doing that, as you say on Earth, you're working smarter and not harder, and then you won't be so tired all the time, knowing that I could be doing something else, but I'm tired.
Yep, good stuff. If you don't have it, create it. and find your own path. Do the thing that works for you.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all, man. We will be back tomorrow for Riffin, and we will be covering Alice in Chains. It's been knocking out some 90s bands. Yeah, we'll be doing Alice in Chains tomorrow. Like this kind of music. This is like the heart of who I am as a musician, like grunge and Nirvana, STP, Alice in Chains, that kind of stuff. We just did an episode on Rage if you guys want to go back after the show and check it out. Yeah. Anything else, boys?
I think that's it for now.
I'm gonna
Go
be
ahead,
gone
Derek.
until the 16th, so I'm gonna miss everybody, and everybody behave, and do your best.
Right on.
I'll
Yeah,
try.
Cheers. I like it. Where you
I'll
headed?
try to maybe send in some shorts and stuff, so you guys can see what's going on out there. And I have cameras on my bike. I still haven't figured that out yet, but if not by the end of this trip, then next trip, hopefully. It connects to my phone. I just don't have the files going to my phone. It's like they're all being stored on the bike. Like every time I turn the key, I have recording front and back, so I can record everything. But I have to like go through the device on the bike, and then I can send like each individual video, So I can probably do that, send it to my phone, and then send it to Nerdy or HB on IG, something.
Definitely.
Send the
And then we'll
file.
show it off in the show. Yeah.
And, yeah. It's gonna
Where you
be
headed?
a great time, and I'm gonna miss everybody. So, but I'll be back by the 16th. I'm leaving Monday
Where you headed
morning,
to?
7 Sturgis.
Oh, yeah.
Sturgis, North
Yep,
Dakota,
correct.
Motorcycle.
Correct. Yep.
And this is gonna be a great year.
How long is it? You said how long?
I'll be back by the 16th, but I don't know how many miles. Like we're doing so many miles a day, and we're staying in different places along the way. So
Okay. Cool, dude. Be safe. Travel safe and fucking have fun, dude.
it's gonna be a journey.
Yeah, dude. So life is fucking. If you haven't noticed already by now, I was a fucking wild ass journey, dude. And what I like to do when things are like this, I like to practice my third agreements. Like, have no expectations of what's going to happen or what it'll be like, because you hold yourself back from like a better experience than you can even imagine. Yeah. Sick shit. Cool. Let's wrap this up, boys.
All right.
Hope everyone has a good weekend. Be safe. Get out in nature. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for Riffin. Other than that, have a great weekend. Bye, everyone. See you Monday.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for being here.
We stepping slow at dawn, mystic journeys on the door. Boots still muddy from the trail, we bring the woods inside the floor. Woven baskets by the bench, sage and yarrow in the air. Old hands pass a soft-born truth like firelight we learn to share. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take it all to heart. Don't make a spell of what you see. We begin where we are. Mystic journeys hold us close. Mystic journeys we belong. For agreements, for bright stones, we keep walking. We stay strong. Mystic journeys hold us close. Mystic journeys sing it on. Grateful hands and open doors. We are many. We are one. Out past the cedar line, we kneel where the chanterelles hide. Bitter green the kind that make you able. Ancient wisdom in the stew, in the herb jars, in our names. Every act of gentle care turns the dark into a flame. Mystic journeys hold us close. Mystic journeys, we belong. For agreements, for bright stones, we keep walking. We stay strong. Mystic journeys hold us close. Mystic journeys, sing it on. Grateful hands and open doors. We are many. We are one. We are many. We are one. Mystic journeys hold us close. Mystic journeys.